Welcome to Incredible, where we discover the weird and wonderful in the world. While many people laugh off apocalyptic predictions, 2020 has caused more than a few people to reevaluate dire warnings that the end could be near. Let's look at some of the wildest predictions and a few wacky ones, and leave it to you to decide whether they're incredible or just insane. Number 1. Johannes STÖFFLER. It wasn't too long ago that astrology was considered a legitimate science, with people believing that heavenly bodies could determine our future as well as key events in humanity. During the early 16th century, German mathematician and astrologer Johannes STÖFFLER warned the world that a great flood was coming on 25th February 1524, all because the planets were aligned with the aquatic zodiac sign Pisces. Johannes may be considered a forerunner of meteorologists, as his prediction for a flood resulted in light rains instead. Number 2. Mary Bates. The Yorkshire witch hatched a hoax where she announced her hens were laying eggs with a cryptic warning that Christ is coming. The incredible edible egg shot the hen to fame as the prophet hen of Leeds. In reality, Bates had used acid to mark the eggs and then stuck them back up in the hens. Unfortunately, this was the least of Bates' frauds, as she devised phony potions, including one that killed one of her clients. She was executed in 1809. Number 3. Baba Vanga. This blind Bulgarian woman has been credited with anywhere from an 80 to 85% accuracy rate for her predictions. She reportedly said, "Horror! Horror! The American brothers will fall after being attacked by the steel birds. The wolves will be howling in a bush, and innocent blood will be gushing," which some saw as her calling 11th September. Baba missed the mark with some powerful predictions, including a nuclear war from 2010 to 2014. Future predictions reportedly include that Earth's orbit will shift in 2023 and the discovery of time travel in 2304. Number 4. Camille Flammarion. Our main man Camille was a French astronomer and author who predicted that the 1910 return of Halley's Comet would end life as we know it due to the comet releasing a poisonous gas called cyanogen. Scientists reassured people, but they panicked, buying gas masks and comet pills. One man took things to the extreme and armed himself with a gallon of whiskey and requested that friends lower him to the bottom of a dry well 40 feet deep. Number 5. LELAND JENSEN. Just to show you can always milk an apocalyptic prediction more than once, Leland Jensen, the leader of a religious sect, predicted that Halley's Comet's 1986 return to Earth would enter the planet's orbit, plunging the world into chaos. Subsequent predictions for the apocalypse would prove equally inaccurate. Number 6. Nostradamus. Nostradamus' predictions have made him synonymous with calling the future, but just what did the French physician and astrologer call? If you ask his fans, he successfully predicted a number of major world events, ranging from the London Fire of 1666 to the rises of Napoleon and Hitler. Nostradamus predicted the King of Terror would strike from the sky in 1999, with some seeing this as an apocalyptic prediction and others seeing it as a mistimed prediction for the 11th September terrorist attacks. Number 7. JERON CRISWELL King. This celebrity psychic wrote several books of predictions, including one with a dire warning that civilization would be reduced to mass cannibalism, and 18th August 1999 would mark the last day of life on Earth. While King's predictions were often off the mark, he did predict U.S. President John Kennedy would not run for re-election in 1964, which proved true when Kennedy was assassinated. Number 8. The Mayans. The Mayan calendar predicted that 2012 would be the end of life as we know it, or did it? According to an article at Encyclopedia Britannica, December 21, 2012 marked the end of the first great cycle of the Maya long count calendar. Many misinterpreted this to mean an absolute end to the calendar, which tracked time continuously from a date 5,125 years earlier, and Doomsday predictions emerged. The world hasn't ended, which led to some arguing that the 2012 date was erroneously converted using the Gregorian calendar rather than the Julian calendar, which means the actual date is 21st June 2020. Number 9. World 1. If people aren't perfectly accurate, what about our computerized chums? The computer program World 1, designed to survey the world and determine whether civilization could sustain itself. Designed in 1973 at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, the program 2020 would be the beginning of a 2-decade descent into oblivion. Number 10. John GRIBBIN and Stephen PLAGEMAN. While scientists can provide comfort, disputing wacky theories, these two clowns did the opposite. In 1974, GRIBBIN and PLAGEMAN, who were astrophysicists, wrote The Jupiter Effect, a book that predicted an unusual alignment of planets would trigger various events in March 1982, including an earthquake that would destroy Los Angeles. Nothing happened, but GRIBBIN and PLAGEMAN managed to milk the public with a follow-up book, The Jupiter Effect Reconsidered. Are we living in the last days of humanity? If so, do you believe certain individuals have insight into the future?